Hello guys, welcome back to another video from the 100 Baby Challenge. I did actually try recording this video with me talking while I was playing, but again, there was some audio problems where I don't know at this point how to fix it. So I am going to be looking into alternative uh, programs or solutions to film from here on out. That also does put a bit of a problem with regards to live streaming because if my OBS isn't working, I cannot be streaming. But that is a problem for another day. To start off today's video, I thought it would be fun for us to just check in where we're at with the challenge by checking on all of the kiddos that we have so far. So we are up to 33 at this point. But I just thought we would go back a bit and see all of the kiddos. So they're not actually in the order that they were born, but I thought it would be fun to just kind of check how far we have come with this challenge. I mean, I know it started out very slowly at the beginning because I had no idea what I was doing, but we are going a bit quicker now at this point. So I thought let's just check up on all of the kiddos that we have so far to get to the point where we're at now with 33 babies total. So we're just going through the family tree a bit, just checking on all of the kids. So the first 26 kids that we had, we chose the letter of the alphabet and got a food item starting with that letter. So that is why there are some strange names right now. And then after that, we started using fictional character names by spinning a random wheel. So we're not going in alphabetical order anymore. If you want to comment a fictional name for the next babies, we spun the wheel and we got the letter K. I did put it on a community post, so if you want to go comment on the post itself, you can. If you want to comment on this video, you can do that as well. The letter we have is K, so any fictional characters, movies, TV series, books, starting with the letter K, you can just comment that below and we will maybe have the next baby or babies named after some of your favorite fictional characters. But yeah, that is the family tree as of now. So let's get back into it. So last time we did a lot of age ups and a lot of moves move outs. I don't know. So we only have teenage Harry and we have our two newborns, Elsa and Elmo. So our house is looking pretty empty, and I'm pretty certain that Harry is going to be aging up after his next day at school because he's very close to getting an A as well. But I might keep him around for a bit after he ages up. I don't know. We will see. But as of now, Cassandra is not pregnant, which means we need to go and look for some baby daddies to, get this train back on the tracks. So, first, before checking Cupid's Corner, I decided to check the gallery. If you don't know, we do have the hashtag MalGames100Baby. If you want to upload any potential baby daddies. I haven't checked it in a while, so I decided to check it. I did use the household that is on there as of now already, so I can't use them any again because obviously they can only be parents once. So the one that was uploaded has already been used, so you guys can feel free to upload some more uh characters or baby daddies that you want in the challenge. But since there were no new uploads, I decided to go with the old trusty and we went on Cupid's Corner. Now, Cupid's Corner was also a bit problematic in this episode. Actually, everything was problematic in this episode, but you know what? Let's just focus on the positives. So we went on the scrolling, on the swiping as you will, and we went to go check out Cupid's Corner for any potential matches, any potential baby daddies for Cassandra to get this moving along. So we are currently on 33 babies, as I mentioned in the beginning. We are moving to a new house when we hit baby number 35. You guys can comment which world you want us to move to, and if you have a type of house in mind, you can comment that as well. I thought it might be fun to try and do a tiny home um, not a micro home, a tiny home. Since the plumbite takes care of most of the needs, we'll basically just need skill items. So we might be able to fit something into a tiny house, and that will maybe improve their skills a lot faster, which would be pretty cool. Um, and I know usually you do the tiny house thing at the beginning of the challenge, but you know what? Who cares? We can just go ahead and do it this way around. But if you guys have a different idea of a different type of house, you can comment that below as well. We'll check which one is the most popular. And of course, the tiny house won't be for the rest of the challenge because it does give a lot of a boost with the skill building. But the challenge needs to stay fresh. So it will be maybe for 10, 15 babies, and then we will move again. So comment down below as well if you have a world that we want to move to or type of house you want us to move to, or just if you like the idea of trying to do this in a tiny house. Anyways, so we scrolled through Cupid's Corner, we got a few matches, and then it was time to invite them over. But then I checked the time and I was like, oh, wait, it is a little bit early. They might actually be sleeping. So I decided to have a little painting sale just to get our funds up. If you guys want us to instead move to a gigantic house instead of a tiny home, I need to have the funds ready for them to move as soon as they have to. So Cassandra was gonna be doing a little bit of a yard sale while Harry was working on some school projects. He already did homework and extra credits, so that was done. And then it was time to just do as much school projects as possible, so that we can just make sure that he does get an A. Like, I was pretty confident that he would be getting an A, but I had to just make absolutely 100% sure. So we are doing so many school projects, it's kind of insane. And Cassandra is taking care of the money, selling some of her gorgeous paintings at very, very, very early in the morning. But you know what? This is The Sims. We do not play it for realism all of the time. And of course, people showed up, and we actually ended up selling these paintings pretty quickly, to be honest. I mean, they do know that Cassandra is a very good artiste. So they're like, I know I'm getting quality. So they just went ahead and bought up all of the paintings pretty quickly, to be honest. And we were actually making some good money. I do think we definitely have the funds available to move to whatever new house we have to. Because obviously, if we sell the house as well, we have extra funds. So I think money-wise, we are okay. But I just wanted to be, on the safe side. I don't want to be too relaxed with the money if we are going to be moving to a new house. And then, of course, the newborns started crying because that is what they do. But, Cassandra is so used to taking care of children at this point. It's like second nature. She just goes in, does the thing, goes out, baby's happy, everyone's happy, no more crying. So she took care of the kiddos, Elsa and Elmo, which again was from you guys' suggestions for the letter E on fictional characters. I thought Elmo was just kind of funny, that's why I chose it. And Elsa, of course, from Frozen. So cute. Um, so yes, we did our sale, we took care of the babies, and the everything was going pretty smoothly. So I thought while we were waiting for time to pass to make it a bit more of an appropriate time to invite someone over, Cassandra can just do some more paintings while Harry, I think, finished a school project, and I gave him some time to play on the computer because I don't want him to start a new school project and then not be able to finish it because he needs to go to school. And he'll probably get an A anyway, and then I can use the school project once we have kids in the house again. So everyone was pretty much doing very, very well. The babies were happy, Cassandra was happy, Harry was happy. And as you can see on the calendar, it was also time for us to age up the newborns. So we'll be having infants pretty soon, which is why I thought I might keep Harry around once he ages up into a young adult just for the time being while they're infants to help out. But I will move him out before the new babies are born. As you can see, we finally invited over the next baby daddy. And of course, because this game hates me, when I put try for baby, they went to the little love bush 5 million miles away while a newborn baby started crying. So I was, a little bit freaking out at this point. I don't know why they do this to me, but this is like the second time this has happened, and I sincerely do not like it. I do not understand. I do not like it. It's quite annoying. Please fix this. I don't know if I'm even able to delete that bush because it's not technically on my lot. So, they took their time, just, using the bush, which I did not want them to do, but why would they listen to me? So once they were done, I knew that we would need Cassandra to just take care of the baby ASAP. I do not need babies taken away at this point in the game. We've gotten this far without having babies taken away. I will not have a baby taken away. So I decided to have her take care of the baby before taking a pregnancy test because some things are more important, and a crying newborn at this stage was a lot more important than a pregnancy test. But of course, we did need to know if she was pregnant. And since I did not get the option for her to take a pregnancy test, I kind of just assumed it was an epic fail, which means we would have to try again because this game loves nothing more than testing my patience. It is after having struggles with my audio and everything, having them not do what I want them to do, and then her not being pregnant after doing what I did not want them to do. And well, I wanted them to do it, but not in the place that I wanted them to do. Anyway, you guys get it. This game was testing my patience, and now I have to do a voiceover. Okay, so yes, we had to try again, and this time, since the treehouse was the nearest location, I was just like, just go into the treehouse, just get it out of the way. Please do not run to a different country again. Just get it done, please, and thank you. So since the treehouse is not really being used by the kids, I figured it's okay. Uh, it's not like the kids are gonna be playing in there. Most of the items at this point is just decorative because of the Bombite, and this it's kind of the challenge is to build skills and make babies. It's sad, but it's true. So after not cooperating for a very very long time, I did eventually get them to do what I wanted them to do, which you'd think, oh wait, I control what they do in this game. Yes, why do they not do what I told them to do? Well, because we hate you. Okay, I'll accept the explanation. But it was quite frustrating. Eventually I did get them to go do what they needed to do, but it was a very long, very annoying process. And I keep autonomy on because sometimes it's useful, but at this point I might just turn autonomy off so that they can just do what I want them to do or at all times. Because honestly it's getting quite annoying. So anyway, that is me off my soapbox. I'm done complaining. They eventually went to the treehouse. So we eventually got what we needed. As you can see, the little hearts, the little explosion. And she did get the option to take a pregnancy test, which was a good sign because that means that at least there is a chance that this was successful. So we waited and we waited for her to get herself up to take a pregnancy test. So I have the Panda Sun, what, I don't know, the mod, because of another challenge that I'm doing to make it a bit more realistic. So I think it was kind of interfering because I don't really know the mod as well as other people. So the pregnancy test was negative, but then we did get the pop-up that she's eating for two. And after checking, it turned out that she is actually pregnant. So I'm not sure why that happened, but the point is that we don't care why that happened. The point is she is pregnant, and that is what we wanted. And since we achieved that goal, I figured what better time than to age up the twins into infants. Because if I can get them out of their infant stage before the next baby or babies are born, that would be ideal. That would be perfect. And if I can keep Harry around until that happens to help with the infants, that is even better. But I will not be keeping him when like when I see she's in her third trimester, I will move him out if the infants aren't toddlers by then. I will move him out if they turn into toddlers before then. I just want his help with the infants, okay? But yeah, so we aged up our little babies, and Elsa got intense, which was very accurate because she was crying the whole time. Elsa was just the very, very most cryingest baby ever. So intense kind of suited her. But of course, that does make them being infants a bit more difficult because intense infants, well, infants overall are not fun. Intense infants, not much, like even worse. And of course, her twin got the exact same trait because why? This game hates me. So, we got our two intense infants. I moved the plumbite down into the toddler room, and now it was time to get them down onto their mats so that they can start with those milestones, because that is why we are here. We are here for the milestones. We are here to get you aged up. That is the goal in this life. So we were also waiting for Harry to come back from school, and hopefully get the pop-up that says, I got an A. I can turn into a young adult and help you with your infants. That is what we want in this life. Because even with the plumbite, even with their needs being met most of the time, you still need all the help you can get with skill building, with the milestones. Because infants be difficult. Okay, so I was really just hoping that Harry would come home and have an A. Okay, so the infants were on their playmats, which means it was time for them to start looking at some toys so that we can get that reach milestone, so that they can start playing with toys, so that we can get more milestones. You know the drill at this point. It was just look, 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 play, 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 get those milestones out of the way. Yay! I'm sorry, that was, I don't know where that came from, but it's the 100 baby challenge. We're all a little crazy over here. So while we were waiting for Harry to come back, I decided to sell some of the plants. We have enough crystals at this point, but it is a good form of income, so I just sold them. I did actually hire a gardener, but it doesn't seem that they're coming around because, we don't really have much time for gardening anymore, but the gardener is not coming around, so we had to just do this all ourselves. And selling all of the plants and all of the crystals actually did put us up a lot as well. So again, I think money wise, we are pretty much okay for wherever we're moving. And at least we got our gardening skill up, which is awesome. And then I think it was time. Okay, Harry is almost home. And everything is kind of hanging on Harry at this point. He's carrying a very heavy burden with the 100 baby house. But, we were optimistic. We pulled the cake out because he got an A. He got an A. And the infants were reaching milestones. All in all, even though this episode was full of glitches, my audio didn't want to work. All in all, we reached a lot of the goals that we set out to reach. Harry got an A. We made some money. The newborns aged up into infants. They were starting to reach their milestones, and we got Cassandra pregnant again. I think, despite all of the problems surrounding this episode, we reached the goals that we needed to reach. And of course, we are getting the famous blow out your candles picture because it's a tradition in this house at this point. So Harry was gonna blow out his candles the second time. He did need to try a bit more than once. And it was finally time for Harry to age up. Now I did randomize the aspiration. I even recorded myself randomizing the aspiration, but of course my audio didn't work. So the aspiration that he ended up getting was definitely randomized as per the rules. So I did not cheat, I promise. So he got the creative aspiration, and when we did the randomize for which one, he got the painter extraordinaire, which I thought was kind of funny because his mom does like to paint, and that's kind of how they make money. So, it makes sense where he would pick up that love for painting. So that was pretty much everything that I wanted to achieve for this episode. I wanted to give you guys a chance to comment some names for the next babies. That's why I didn't have her have the babies in this episode. So any fictional K names, you guys can comment down below. And then we're just gonna try to do some skill building with the infants. But I figured this was a pretty good place to end the episode while things were still calm, because once we have to start working with the infants, I might just lose my mind. I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around, even with all of the issues and the problems that I've been having and the videos not being uploaded on a very set schedule. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.